I had thought for a while there that China had kind of softened for Starbucks. Has it rebounded, or was I erroneous in thinking that it had ever grown soft?
It had definitely softened a year or so ago, and there was some concern there about ramped up competition from some local players. But we see Starbucks has responded in kind and continues to pursue more the premium consumer. And the past couple of quarters, trends have improved. In fact, it seems like they hit an inflection point this past quarter. So comps seem to be holding in nicely positive, and otherwise it's all about new unit growth.
How important is China to the overall picture?
China is a meaningful component to that story. There are really two regions we focus on. That's the U.S. and China. And China is their only market where they own and operate 100% of their stores. So it has an outsized impact on their profitability. So a very important market for them.
It's all O&O as opposed to in the United States where what? There are some kiosks that are licensed operators?
Yeah, so in the U.S., 40% of their stores are licensed to somebody else. So it takes away some of the vulnerability to earnings in the U.S. But again, in China, the 4,000 stores they have, they own every one of them.
Where are they clicking in the U.S. and what are they doing right? I know about the mobile story. I use the mobile ordering. I think that's a big growth driver, not just obviously for Starbucks, but for a host of fast food or beverage companies.
Yeah, no, mobile ordering is key, especially when they're really busy, 7 to 9 or 10 in the morning. Getting an incremental customer in there is huge, and that continues to grow, so that's been great. The loyalty program has 17 million members. That's still a small fraction of the number of customers they have, so there's opportunity to grow the loyalty program. New beverage innovation this past quarter they called out as the primary driver of comps for them. Food continues to be a modest contributor. So a variety of levers at their disposal. It seems like momentum is back in the U.S. business.
I was really surprised to see that this Starbucks card is so important that the usage now represents 46% of all transactions. How important is that to increasing this digital momentum?
Oh, it's critical. I mean, I think as consumers see that others are walking into the store and picking up their beverage right away and they're waiting on a line of 5 or more people, you can see how quickly they're incentivized to join the program and to pay with the card, which, you get a faster transaction. It's easier. You can get rewards off of it. So, it's only natural that you'll see, especially in the morning day part, you see a lot of our breakfast and beverage players pushing, loyalty and digital like that.
You cover a lot of restaurants in in this space, but I'm interested in Dunkin' Donuts and whether Dunkin' Donuts is doing things to try and give Starbucks a run for its money on this digital reward and loyalty thing, or are these just two totally different lanes?
So I'd say it's a little bit of both. I mean, Dunkin' has clearly noticed and taken notice of the success that Starbucks has had, and they are similarly pursuing digital and loyalty and having success with it as well. Dunkin' is still a much smaller brand in the U.S., and they tend to target a slightly lower income consumer than perhaps a Starbucks. So it seems like both of them are having success of late, and we currently recommend both of them.
Dunkin' is also mostly franchised, right?
There's a very good point there. So Dunkin' is pretty much 100% franchise. So every Dunkin' you walk into is run by a local operator. So therefore, they're less vulnerable to volatility that might come from commodities or labor costs.